I have no idea what type of review this is going to be. I don't know what type of information you're going to get because I am confused. I haven't even sat down yet because I'm trying to figure out how I felt about this movie. But I'm going to give you my thoughts. I don't know if it's going to help you, but I'm going to give you my thoughts because that's what you're here for, right? What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video. And today, I just got done seeing The Batman. I have been very hyped about this movie since the first trailer. I have been defending this movie since the first trailer. I have been saying I think Robert Pattinson's going to do a great job in this movie. I've been saying that I like Matt Reeves and I like the work that he's done. And based on the trailers we've seen, I'm excited for this movie. I went into this movie after hearing from people that I know that it was really good. Some of my friends even said it's better than Batman Begins.
I'm Batman.
No, it's not. But even still, I went into this movie very excited. Now, let's talk about it. I don't know how I feel about this movie. I have no idea how I feel. I'm very confused because I liked a lot of what I saw, but there's a lot of things that are not landing with me about this movie. Now, I'm not going to go into spoilers right now. I thought Robert Pattinson was pretty good in the movie.
I'm vengeance.
In fact, I think he's really good in the movie. It's not so much, my problem isn't Robert Pattinson's performance. My problem is just how Batman feels in this movie. Because everybody knows that Nolan gave us a more grounded Batman, but it still felt comic booky enough to justify the realistic aspect that Nolan was taking. I think he walked that line very closely, but he still kept it enough comic booky and it felt enough like Batman, whereas this movie literally feels like you're trying to recreate the tone of Seven, which is a great film, by the way. And I hate to say it like this because I've heard these criticisms of Nolan's trilogy, and again, I love the Nolan trilogy. They're my favorite comic book films ever. But my criticism here, one of my criticisms, is that it doesn't feel like a Batman movie as much as it feels like a psychological thriller with a guy cosplaying as Batman.
I'm trying to reach you. Burton Did!
Now, that's a very disrespectful statement because I don't think that it's that bad at all in terms of the feel of it. I'm just trying to make you understand how I feel up to this point. Gotham is a character in the movie. I think that's one of the most important aspects of any Batman movie. Gotham does feel like it's its own character. That's a great positive right there. But Batman in this movie, the way he's utilized, it's just weird. It's strange, and I still haven't really grasped how I feel about Batman, the character in this movie. It's a confusing situation. The score, Michael Giacchino's score, is fucking incredible. And we've already heard that score, but when you hear the score in the movie, it gives you this incredibly intimidating, terrifying feel. And I feel like that they captured moments like that at times, but then other times, people just were not intimidated by Batman, and they should have been. Like, they were building this tone up. One of the first scenes that we see is a criminal is on the run for doing something, and he looks up and sees the bat symbol, and he's terrified. And you hear the Batman score, and you're like, oh my God, this is great. And it was great. But I didn't get that consistency all through the movie. The Catwoman situation, Catwoman was okay. I liked Catwoman. I thought she did a good job. But there was identity politics in this movie. It doesn't kill the movie. It doesn't destroy the movie. And it's not the primary focus of the movie, but it is there. There is identity politics in it. And they're subtle, but they're there. And you need to be aware of that. But that's not my issue with this movie. My issue is that this movie tonally felt like it was trying to go for something. And I think that it captured that tone in a lot of ways. But Batman in this movie, while Robert Pattinson was good in the role, very good in the role, and he was never really Bruce Wayne, by the way. He was pretty much Batman the entire time. Even when he had the mask off, he was still Batman because he is damaged beyond belief. And that's all fine. I have no problem with that either. I like a damaged Bruce Wayne, and I like that feel of it. I'm talking about Batman executing Batman stuff in the movie when he's on the job, when he's out there, when he's doing the detective work. He just didn't feel like he should have for me, and that's why I'm so confused about it. Tonally, this movie was trying to capture one thing, and it did, but Batman himself didn't feel like the central piece of that puzzle, and that's why I'm so confused. So I don't know how I truly feel about this movie, and I can only be honest with you about that. Overall, I did like the movie. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would, because I went into this movie thinking I was going to potentially be wondering if it's as good as Batman Begins, and that was just a stupid thing for me to assume, because Batman Begins, to me, is the best Batman movie ever made, while The Dark Knight is a better movie overall slightly. Batman Begins is the best Batman movie to me, and it's not even close. Now, I love Batman 89 with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson, and I think that Tim Burton did a fantastic job of capturing Gotham, and he still did the best job of it. While Gotham does feel like a character in this movie, it's miserable, it's dark, it's bleak, and that's fine. That's what Gotham should be. But when you look at how Batman felt, that's where my hang-up is. So, overall, I would recommend seeing the movie, but I do not think general audiences are going to like this movie. And I'm just talking about the widespread appeal, because this movie is dark. This movie is bleak. This movie is grounded in reality way beyond Nolan. This movie is darker and more realistic than Nolan's movies. And we all know that, especially in Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, those movies are very much grounded in realism, but this takes it to another level. Another level. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, just to be clear. God, the score is so good in this movie. That score, Michael Giacchino, home run on the score. Home run on the score. I'm going to have to see this movie again, because I can't give you a final opinion on it. I'm not a professional reviewer. This is why. I need to see films multiple times sometime to kind of understand where I'm at with it. All I know is that based on the first viewing and based on my expectation going into this movie because of the trailers and because of Robert Pattinson, because of Matt Reeves, this movie, I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. But it doesn't mean I don't like it. So that's where we're at with it. I think the movie's fine. There is identity politics. It's not overkill, but it's there. It's definitely there. Robert Pattinson was very good in the role. The movie was just kind of, it's hard because it's like it's all over the place. At least it felt like it was all over the place. It was hard to kind of grasp the entire plot here. While I do understand what happened with the Riddler, and with the Penguin and other, characters that are in this movie, I understand it, but it just didn't flow as well as I wanted to. But I will see it again, and I will let you know my final thoughts on that when I do see it again, which I will see it again here in the next couple of days. I'll be in Orlando, Florida with Ryan from RK Outpost and Drunk 3PO. So maybe we can go see that once I'm in Orlando. We'll talk about this on Friday Night Tights more in depth. But as it stands right now, I enjoyed it enough. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. There is a little bit of identity politics in it. Robert Pattinson is good. Kravitz is good as Catwoman. I think she's good. She's actually pretty good. I wouldn't say she's like Michelle Pfeiffer great, but she's good. She's fine. Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, really good, solid, very solid. Obviously you had the Riddler in it. You had the Penguin. I think both of those villains were really good in their own way, but I can't get into too much more of that or I'll get into spoilers. Overall, if you're interested, go check it out. If you're on the fence, it might not be for you. And if it's not something you're interested in at all, then I don't think you're going to have to worry about it. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Thank you for supporting Geeks and Gamers, geeksandgamers.com, our website, and all of the other YouTube channels we have. We appreciate that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about The Batman. What did you think? Let me know. Have a great day, and we will talk to you later.